Let's say somebody come to you, they like, Dante, man, I saw you make the pivot from, Department of Justice or criminal justice into cybersecurity. Look, I'm desperate. I want to get into cyber. What should I be studying? What role should I be going after? How much money can I expect to make? Like, kind of give me the rundown there. What would you kind of advise them?
So again, kind of like what we touched on earlier is know what you want to do, right? Because, there's a lot of ways you can spend money here on education, right? I mean, there's a lot of boot camps and a lot of certifications. And I'm glad you brought that point up, because one thing I would tell people is be very strategic about the certs that you get. Because, I've interviewed people and they have 50 certifications in cyber. And then you start talking to them and you run them through scenarios and they can't answer any of the questions because they don't have the on-hand experience. Nothing beats experience in anything in life. Nothing beats experience, right? Let the education complement the experience. So now you have to have something to be able to get the experience. Someone's going to have to take a chance on you, right? So you have to be able to show that academically you can follow things, right? Like you can digest information, you can understand information. And typically that's what a degree tells someone, or a certain certification. Like if I see someone has their CISSP, which is kind of the gold standard for cybersecurity, that tells me they know cybersecurity, right? From an academic standpoint, they have a base level understanding of several different disciplines within cybersecurity. So that's the gold standard. But there's also other certs you can get out there that, don't require as much time, right? And that will allow you to get your foot in the door. And then once you get in their foot in the door, it goes back to what we were talking about, being able to sell yourself, being able to have that social engagement, being able to show that person that's interviewing you, hey, there's something there. Like, I've interviewed 20 people, but there's something shining on this guy that I want to like. He's hungry, like he's receptive, like he's something special. You gotta have something to separate yourself from everyone else. So, that's kind of the golden rule. And, again, you want to have that fundamental basis. So I went to, again, I think I mentioned earlier, Georgia Tech. They have a great MBA program. Give them a plug here. Go Jackets. They have a great technology program. They also have a cybersecurity boot camp. So that will give you some baseline knowledge, and you can complement that with some certs. But I would just tell anybody, just be very careful about do your homework on the cert. Don't just go out throwing a bunch of money around. You can spend a lot of money taking classes. This stuff isn't cheap, right? Especially if you're trying to break into the industry. And also, hey, get a job that might pay for some of this stuff, right? If you can find a way to get in and see, if you want to do a pivot, maybe you're in a job right now in a role, they offer training, maybe they're a little flexible on the training you can take. Can you leverage that to maybe take some cybersecurity courses? Find ways to make it happen for yourself.
I like that, especially the last one of, you let your employer fund it, and there's all kinds of stuff. I worked at previous employers where, actually all my previous employers, they would pay for the MBA if I wanted that. They'd pay for a master's in engineering if I wanted to get a different one. So, I think that's a great starting point. I know, especially if you're in retail, it may be a little bit harder, but there still may be some opportunities like that. Like Starbucks, for example. I know they were like one of the first companies maybe a decade ago that did like a partnership with like Arizona State University where you could learn different things for like a discounted price or do tuition reimbursement. So, definitely look into that. Don't discount, I only work at Chick-fil-A or only work at some other retail or whatever company. There may be opportunities there.
Yeah, especially your platform is minority security. There's a lot of stuff out there for us. A lot of opportunity out there for us. If you gotta look, right? You gotta dig.
For sure.
You gotta ask. You got to put yourself out there. I would also advise people to engage in the cybersecurity community. There's a lot of events, free events that there's a organization here called TAG. They're having a mega event here. Hey, it may cost you $100 to buy a ticket, but go in there, network. You never know who you'll meet. You'll never know who will take a chance on you. Go to different events, employer events. You'd be surprised that how people don't take advantage of some of the free stuff that's out there to offer because they just don't think about it. Like they just don't think about it. Go on Reddit. Go on. Do Google searches, find out what's going on in your local area from a cybersecurity standpoint or just a cyber standpoint to see, where you may be able to just take advantage of some free opportunities.
Yeah, no, I like that, especially the events one, man. Like so NSBE, NSBE, for those watching who don't know it, but National Society of Black Engineers, we had like 20,000 engineers, both from collegiate on up to working professionals that came to Atlanta this week for the conference here. And you have employers in every industry, every sector. You had Reddit, you had oil and gas companies from Schlumberger, Halliburton, BP, Chevron, Exxon. You had biomedical companies there. And a lot of these companies are doing interviews on site. Like pull up, meet somebody, do your elevator pitch, have your resume ready to go, and like you can get an interview on site. And so that's not the only conference that's like that. So I think, again, going back to the point earlier where like the introvert in you may be like, I don't want to go out here and talk to nobody.
Yeah.
Let me just, like perfect my craft. But you do need to be like a keyboard warrior, like be a good practitioner. But the soft skills, the people skills, is what's gonna like help you get in the door, right?
100%. And also, don't sleep on volunteering. So I'm a board
I
member.
like that.
I'm a board member at Aspire to You. And a lot of times you can,
Prior to you,
yeah. So they're closing the digital gap here in Atlanta area between families and communities of lower income. So they provide laptops, computers, education for
okay.
some lower income communities. So doing some really, really excellent work in the community, especially our community, with respect to cyber skills. And you can volunteer, and you never know who you're going to meet. That's the thing I keep telling people. I'm like, you just never know who you're going to be in front of, and you won't even be looking for it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you go in with the right heart, right, and the right frame of mind, like I really do, I'm going there not necessarily for myself, but because I do want to help and learn.
Mhm.
Like, you never know who you'll get in front of, right, and who'll see you just volunteering, or who you'll meet. It might not even be somebody seeing you. You just might connect with somebody, and they may say, hey, I know this person that you need to talk to. It might not be me, but it might be 2-3 layers down of someone that I know that might give you an opportunity that you're looking for.